In this episode of Our Little Warehome, we've got to take all these tools and organize them in our family makerspace.
I'm the drill master.
We're Alan, Anna, Jimmy, and Sarah, just an ordinary American family building an extraordinary home. From designing a multi-purpose office space to creating an amazing outdoor patio, you'll see how, with a little bit of teamwork and a lot of elbow grease and even more imagination, turned our DIY fantasy into a DIY reality. Come join us as we embark on this new and exciting challenge, turning an old abandoned warehouse into our little warehome. The warehouse we're renovating in downtown Panama City, Florida sits right in the middle of an art district. Right across the street, there's an art co-op. Just a few blocks away, there are galleries, antique stores, and that's perfect for our family because we love art and creating unusual things. Last year, we even restored a 30-foot sailboat. Sarah loves making slime. Jimmy is constantly inventing things. Anna loves to sew, and I love working with metal and wood. But being so creative has some drawbacks. Our projects tend to pile up on top of each other, so we need to design a dedicated space to house all our projects at the same time. Here's the bottom floor of the warehouse, and we're allocating 220 square feet to a family makerspace. This space started out as a storage room full of junk and rats and nasty things. We're turning this small window into a door by removing the bricks. We're ripping off the roof, and we're adding a second floor which became the ceiling of our makerspace. After framing and adding floor joists, insulating and sheetrocking, here's what the space looks like today. We made a conscious choice when we were designing this house not to have a guest bedroom because our current guest bedroom is hardly ever used. We wanted to dedicate that space that you normally would put into a guest bedroom into something that we would actually use as a family. The problem is we have a lot of tools that we need to figure out how to store them in this space. This space has 10-foot ceilings. It's about 18 feet by 14 feet. I think we're gonna go vertical with our space, but we have to figure out how we're gonna do our storage. I think we need to do like a desk, maybe with some doors on it so we can shut it, and maybe some storage for paper, storage for glue, storage for what else?
Glitter?
Glitter. Mommy hates glitter.
It's true. I hate glitter.
I think along this wall right here, we build a lower bench for Jimmy because Jimmy is almost 5 feet tall and a taller bench over here for me. We'll probably also build some sort of movable island in here, sort of like a moving table for when we do welding and that kind of stuff.
And we have like little drawers underneath.
Drawers to store sandpaper and blades.
Nails, screws, hammers, stuff like that.
We have to have lots of storage up high and down low for the things projects that we're working on. And we also have to contain the dust. As a family, we have all kinds of hobbies. We sail, we camp. We're camping this weekend. Yeah. So we have lots of different hobbies, and we have to store our hobby stuff, our tents, our lines for the rope in this space. But we need to still utilize this wall to store all our stuff for all our different hobbies. We know what we want to use the makerspace for, but we need ideas on what to build. Pinterest is full of ideas from people who have spent much longer thinking about the solutions to the problems we face, like how we're going to use milk crates to keep our tools and hobby building materials separated. I want to build a movable island so I can move around the table in the room as I do different projects. We need to build a tool bench for Jimmy and storage for all our different tools and materials. Sarah needs an art desk that we can cover up and close up so we don't get our wood cutting and metalworking dust all over her artwork.
We put a lot of time and thought into the makerspace because we want it to be perfect.
What we didn't want in the new home were the problems of the old home, which was creative projects on top of each other, a mess all over the house, and us feeling bad that the kids were being creative because of the mess. We want to keep that creative mess in a centralized location.
So after months of planning, here's what we're going to build.
Our makerspace is going to be divided into different sections according to what sort of hobbies we're doing. In the northeast corner of the makerspace will be set up for art, specifically Sarah's art, so the desk will be set low because Sarah is only 8 years old. It'll have cabinets for art supplies and slime. Sarah loves making slime. Along this wall, we'll have a lower bench for Jimmy. Jimmy loves tinkering and doing art as well, but he likes sort of building things. This wall will be storage for supplies, wood, pipe, paper, chain, metal, all sorts of other things like this. And along this wall, we'll build a movable island on caster wheels, which will house our pieces of gear that we need to have mobile. We got a lot of great plans. Now it's time to get to work.
Let's start walking.
My dad's not a master carpenter. He has to measure things about 15 times until it gets correct.
Instead of buying desks and shelves from our local store like Walmart or IKEA, we decided to build them. And we built them out of pressure-treated plywood and 2x4 studs. We then used exterior screws to keep everything snug and tight. So here we are a few months later in our built-out, customized family makerspace.
Yes!
Here's the main workbench. We have screw storage, and we're using milk crates as storage for all our different sandpapers and tools and things we don't use. That is the charging tool station that you can learn how to build your own tool charging station in the DIY's how-to video library.
I'm really excited that we have this rolling table because then we can have it next to the door when we need to grab stuff.
What I love about the Makerspace is I can paint and I can play with my slime, which is the best.
We're really excited about the way this space turned out. It's going to be full of creativity in this room, and I'm excited to have this in my home.